didn't notice.
Alrighty, folks. We should be back now for the proper start of the second episode of our campaign. We think that we switched some things around that should make this all better. I just want to get like a quick temperature reading from the chat once you're able to hear this. If it looks better, if it kind of sounds better, if just everything has gotten better, let us know in the chat. Just like give me like a yes or a thumbs up or something. I'm seeing way better, looks a lot better. Great.
Let's go.
Thank you guys for bearing with us. How many creative arty types does it take to figure out the technology of a stream?
How many podcasters does it take to figure out a stream?
You know, we have a dream, and that dream is that one day this stream will be completely free of technical difficulties. But as Aragorn says, today is not that day. Just yet.
Look, it just gives it the charms that when things are going well and everything's super smooth, they'll be like, oh, I was there in the days when they didn't know what settings to do.
That's right. Yes.
Exactly.
You're here for the early
nerds.
adoption days. That's right. And honestly, guys, thank you
VIPs.
so much for being here and for helping us out along these curves. We've wasted plenty of time, so I think that we should get to the Dungeons and Dragoning as quickly as possible. I will just say like one quick housekeeping thing. For our first session, we took one quick break. From now on, we're going to be taking 2 sort of bathroom breaks every hour or so. And when we do, to stop this sort of shenanigans from happening, we're going to start stopping the stream during those breaks. But just so like everybody knows, when we take these breaks, the stream will stop. It'll start back again a few minutes later. Once we're back, it's all according to plan. You haven't missed anything. It'll be great. Finally,
All part of figuring out this streaming mumbo jumbo.
the stream mumbo jumbo of it all.
2 total breaks, 3 total like 1 hour chunks.
Exactly. That's
3
the
different
plan.
streams.
That is the plan.
Yeah. Great.
Finally, something that we did not talk about during our first session, rather, that I wanted to loop back around, is that you guys, as third level characters, you've all gone on a couple of adventures, and those adventures have left you all with a magic item. Each one of you has something special in your equipment. Would each of you like to say what magic item you have in your possession? Perhaps starting with Emma, who is making a lot of excited faces at the prospect of this.
My excited face is, oh yeah, wait, what did I pick?
I'm excited. I'm really excited about my object.
Yeah, I remember yours.
What is yours, Beth?
I have a magic cap of water breathing. Who knows where that could come in useful, but I'm very excited to try it out. It's never been used. Well, not by me. So yeah, how cool is that?
Exciting. Mike, what do you have?
Super cool.
Is this the thing? This isn't the trinket, right? This is the...
No.
Okay.
We should share that for those who weren't at the Q&A.
Okay, so yeah, the other thing, it was, I believe my item was the communication magical item.
You got some sending stones. You got some magic walkie-talkies.
Yeah. Cool. Magic wizard rock walkie-talkies. Rocky-talkies, if you will. Bang, bang.
Beautiful.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Okay, I found it. It's a somewhat used chime of opening. So this is a magical chime that can open any doors, I believe, but it only has 3 charges left.
Yes, you got it. You got it a little secondhand, but still very, very powerful.
Yes. Just a quick note here, Gabriel, I'm not sure if you saw this in the Zoom chat, because I'm not sure if you can open the Zoom chat.
I cannot,
because you're controlling. So Mike might need some assistance with
the character sheet assistance from last time.
I see. 1 second.
Yeah, forgot to address that issue.
Got it. Beth and Emma, be charming for a second while I sort this out.
Yeah.
Quite right.
That's a lot of pressure.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us. We're all in
Ooh.
different places. Oh, yes.
I was thinking, yes, we are all in different places. We're all in major cities in the world. Beth, you're in London.
Mm-hmm.
Mike,
My
you're in
sins.
Sydney, Australia. Gabriel is in New York City. And I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I think those are just the
The
four.
city of lights. City of lights. Does Santa Fe or New Mexico have one of those like nicknames? Like, what's New Mexico's the what state?
New Mexico is the land of enchantment.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's pretty
and
good.
It's pretty cool, and it is the land of enchantment. It is very beautiful here. So, oh, good question. Who is closest to midnight? I think that's Beth.
Yes,
think
that
would be
that
me
should be correct.
At
Yeah.
7:20.
Oh, I'm at 5:20, so technically we're tied in opposite directions.
Oh yeah!
Ah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Beth, you weren't kidding when you said you couldn't be in a more different time. We are like, if I jumped through the floor, I would come out of your ceiling.
Let's do that.
Oh my God! What if you guys switched? We'll work on that.
All right. Enough charm. That was extremely charming. You followed my instructions to the T. Let's get down to business. Let's talk about what happened last time that we played Dungeons and Dragons. You successfully transported some goods to the Black Crown city of Cold River. There, you ran into the bedraggled noble Atala Marwood, who was recently driven from her home by some kind of invading evil presence that killed a lot of her personal guard. She gave you 3 missions in her job. Does anybody remember what the 3 items on your to-do list were?
Clear out the witch.
Or whoever it is.
Or whoever it is. The alleged witch.
Yep, that's number 1.
We were to find the what did you call him? The major domo.
The mayor domo, that's right. Edwin Rhine,
Yeah,
her
mayor
sort
domo.
of head of household.
Edwin Rhine. Yeah.
And you are to save him, return him to Lady Atala's employ, what have you.
Yes. And then last, I think we're just like, if we can figure out what's going on.
Why?
Yes.
Yeah,
What's happening
that's
again?
an
Very,
additional.
very specifically, she sort of said, whatever took over my house being gone is great. Whatever took over my house never coming back is even better. So she also wants to sort of find out what it was that drove whatever it is that is setting up shop there to her home.
Great.
You spent the night taking care of some business in town. You swung by a local magic shop and obtained 2 bottles that, when opened or shattered, could create a burst of sunshine. You think that might be helpful, given that it seems that dark magic has been used to plunge Marwood Manor into perpetual darkness. And then, on your way to the mansion, as you were crossing the woods that lead to the mansion, 2 ghostly balls of light appeared around a dark pool of brackish water and kindly, very helpfully informed you of the great treasure that lies at the bottom of this pool of water. Satus was skeptical. Helena and Cal, not so skeptical, immediately dove in, perhaps charmed by something that these ghostly lights did to them, leaving Satus at the top of the battlefield as we start on episode 2 of the Cavalier Chronicles. And let's not beat around the bush. Mike, I need an initiative roll from you, please.
Alrighty, let me bust out the D20. Okay, so I rolled a 5 plus 1 for a 6.
Okie dokie. Let me see how your assailant did. Which leads to the excellent question of where's my dice box?
Oh no.
It is behind the computer which I'm using to supervise the Twitch chat. Yes, the ghostly lights will go forth. They will go first, Mike. You will be shocked to find out.
All right, well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, it's true.
Alrighty, well. the two lights will rush forward towards you, Mike, and
Oh no, ominous music.
try to, as they pull up around you, you see sort of bursts of electricity form around them.
Okay.
Let's see. This is respectively a 20 and a 21 to hit. I'm going to assume that both of those make impact.
Oh yeah, those do.
Oh no.
Quite a bit.
That is a total of 6 lightning damage that you take as these things shock you.
Okay. All right. I'm assuming now I can just fight back.
It's now your turn. You can do whatever you would like.
Okay, let's see. I've got a couple spell slots after I haven't used any second level ones, but let's. What types of beings are these classified as?
Roll me a nature check just to see if you would know that
Okay,
off the top
sure.
of your head.
That's a 4 + 4 for an 8.
It could be a fey creature. It could be some kind of ghost. It could be an outsider. There's a good chance that this is a demon. Like, this could be a lot of things right now. You're not even completely sure
Okay.
if this counts as a living thing or not.
Gotcha. Okay, then to be safe, to make sure that I don't use something that cannot be used, I will utilize hideous laughter and try to knock him prone with a sick joke.
Read me just the description of hideous laughter, please.
It says a creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if this spell affects it. And
Great.
it's a wisdom saving
All right.
throw of 14.
Perfect. You're just gonna target one of these ghostly lights with this thing?
Yep, that's the plan. Just going to target one of the ghostly lights, and I think because I don't know what the ghostly lights do, I will just use the universal language of like an armpit fart, and then see if that makes them fall into a fit of laughter.
One of them stops in midair, and you hear this high-pitched cackle as it bobs up and down, up and down, up and down in the air. So you seem to have successfully gotten one of them laughing.
Amazing.
Helena, you wake up at the bottom of about an 8-foot deep pool of water. Handfuls of sand in your fists as you seem to have literally been digging into the bottom of this pool of water. To your left, you see Cal still furiously driving her hands into the sand and then throwing it into the air with a joyous, exultant expression of great accomplishment on her face. What would you like to do?
So I know what's going on now.
I think that you can put together that some spell seems to have affected you.
Okay, I want to try and get Cal out. I've got a length of rope. I think I might... No, wait, I have a plan. If I can tie part of the rope to Cal and part of the rope to something heavy, like a crossbow bolt, and then throw it up, Satus might be able to grab onto it later on if Cal doesn't climb it herself.
Okay, sure. Let's try it. I like this plan.
Yes, I don't know how it's going to work.
This would be, I think, a
is great.
dexterity check with disadvantage to see if you can get a person tied with a rope around them underwater against their will, having
Sure.
not breathed for a second.
I get a 17.
As I was saying, it would be hard for a normal human being. Helena Hailstorm takes care of business, and she instantly swims around and wraps Cal up with this rope.
Yes.
I think Cal is like, what do you do? Fine, whatever. Fine.
I'm ruining your fun.
There's so much treasure. Why are you
There's
doing
so
that?
much treasure here.
Do you then swim out of the brackish water?
Yeah, if possible, yes.
Roll me a strength check to see if you make it out of the brackish water.
I get a 13.
Yeah, you make it out of the pool of water.
Awesome.
It is the ghostly light's turn now. Mike, does the laughing ghost get to make a save on its turn with hideous laughter?
Let me double check. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw.
So
they have advantage if it was triggered by damage.
Okay, sweet. So one of them will just bob in the air, laughing. The other one will try to take another dive at you. Does a 14 hit? Is that above your armor class?
Yeah, my armor class is only 11.
Oh, alas. Ooh, that is going to be 8 points of damage, Mike, as this thing shocks you. You sort of feel your entire bones rattled as this bolt of electricity goes around you.
Okay.
The other one rolls a 3, so it's just like, this is more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Hysterical, and just keeps bobbing up and down in the air, laughing.
I like it.
It is your turn, Helena.
Is Cal out of the pool yet?
No, Cal's still underwater, and it's actually Satus' turn. It's Satus' turn.
Okay.
Can I utilize movement to try and, rather than fight these folks, focus more on helping the other two?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I would much prefer to do that than try to fight these things that I don't even know if they have health stats.
Great. Put a little bit more meat on that bone for me. What are you
I'm
doing?
thinking. So am I close enough where I saw like the crossbow bolt and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, then Satus would just run over, try to grab that, and then, much like they show you in the quicksand tutorials of how to save folks, he's trying to, reel in. If there's any branch around that I can grab and utilize, he's full in save my friends mode.
Cool.
Let's get him out of here.
I'm going to say do a strength check with advantage because of sort of, the leveraging of the rope around sort of like the branches, which is going to be contested by Cal, a strength check of yours, as you do not want to be torn away from this treasure.
Okay, so I have -1 for strength, but I have advantage, so let's see how that goes. So first one was a 2, so that wouldn't be great. Second one was a 13, -1 for a 12.
Cal?
Did you say that I had advantage or no?
No, you're just rolling straight.
I don't. Okay, great. Then it's just 13.
Cal is not so easily parted away from a gigantic pile of money. It would take more than just sort of some tugging rope to get her out from under this water.
Okay.
I would think brings us to Helena.
Okay, well, I'm going to give that rope the most almighty pull and see if we can't get you free from that treasure.
Let's do this again, please. You roll with advantage, Beth. Emma, you roll normal.
Okay.
Just as well. I got 10 total.
I got 6.
Okay.
The one time I'm happy to roll badly.
Kicking, screaming, perhaps even cursing, Cal is pulled out from under the water.
What are you doing? Stop!
Don't
There's all this
go
money
back
down
in.
here.
There isn't.
What? I want it.
It's now the ghost light's turn. It is the one that is not laughing is going to take a dive at you, Helena. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Oh, that will be 11 points of damage as it sends this shock through you.
Oh, okay. Not great.
The other one...
Not great.
The other one is like, neither one of them drowned. We went through so much trouble to put them under the charm, and neither one of them drowned. This is so goddamn funny, and just keeps laughing.
Let's go.
Satus.
Decisions. I think I'm just gonna see if we can attack these guys, because I was hoping it would be one of those, you've got your friend out, goodbye, you've defeated us, one of those classic things. I think I'm gonna bust out as my first 2nd level spell. I'm gonna do 2nd level Thunderwave.
Yeah.
Unless that would hurt my friends, as is my normal.
You have two people that have just being pulled out of a pool of water and are now sopping wet. An electric attack might be, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit indeterminate in terms of who it would target. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, then I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt my friends. I like my friends.
We haven't gotten to that part of the adventure yet.
Then I guess in that case, no one else has taken any damage, right? Just me?
Not yet.
No, Helena has. Helena just took 11 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, then
I'm strong.
Yeah, but my whole thing is healing, so I'm gonna utilize. I'll do cure wounds on Helena, and I'll do level 2 since I'm out of level 1 spell slots.
It's very kind. Thank
No
you.
problem. So that would be 2d8 plus 4 for someone that is within touch range. So that would be a 3, and then a 5, and then plus 4, so that would be 12 points of healing.
Ooh.
Wowzers.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
I'm fully
No
healed.
problem.
Also, Mike, it looks like we have a correction from the chat. I just led you astray. Thunderwave is actually sonic damage, not electric, so I apologize for that.
Oh.
And that's now a thing that you can do in your next turn. Apologies.
Cool. All good. Thank you. Correction in chat. You would think that
Alright.
Thunder Wave would be thunder damage.
It's one of those counterintuitive things.
You would think so.
Helena, your turn.
Can be wet. Right, so I don't know if I can hurt them with my sword, but I would like to immobilize the one that is laughing more if possible, maybe by using my sword as like a baseball bat to smash it down, if possible.
Yes, I would say you will have advantage on this attack because this thing is just sort of doing the ghostly light equivalent of rolling around on the floor laughing. It is not taking any evasive maneuvers.
Okay, great. So I should be able to hit it, let's hope. Except I get a 9.
Are you rolling with advantage?
17 I am now.
There we go. All right. 17 total. Are you adding your attack there?
No, I'm not. 22.
Okay, cool.
This is my favorite thing where it seems like Helena does well, and then Gabrielle reminds Helena she's even better than she thought she was.
Yes.
Damage, please.
Right.
Yes, you bring your sword down, and you sort of seem to connect with some form of resistance as it goes through the core of this glowing orb.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Great. So that would be 13?
13. You
Is it
hear
smash time?
a eep as the light sort of seems to expand for a moment and then be snuffed out the way that a candle blows out in the wind. And that ball of light is no longer there.
Huh.
These things would be adorable if they weren't trying to kill us.
They are. I just
Maybe
wanted
we
to
can
get it
fix
down.
them. Maybe we can.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we can.
Your victory here is rather quickly undercut, actually, by the sound of a splash behind you. As Cal
Oh no.
dives back into the pool of water.
I don't even get to make like a wisdom save or anything.
Not for this
I just-
particular effect. Just,
Not for this particular
yeah,
effect.
I'm,
Okay.
I am
I'll
sorry
just
about
back down in.
Yeah.
Oh.
There will
Dig it like
be,
a dog.
however, you will see the other ghostly light kind of look at you guys, sort of angle itself down slightly towards where your sword just landed, Helena. Look back, and then you hear in this like high-pitched voice, it'll just go, "Ugh, fine, be that way," and it will sort of fade slowly out and disappear. And a moment later, Cal, you come to halfway down towards the bottom of the brackish pool of water.
And then I'm gonna swim back up.
Professional voice actress Emma Sherr-Ziarko, everybody.
Thank you.
Is this show an excuse just to give these three people a professional reel? Not no.
I already spent way too much money to get myself a professional reel, so um, so I'm gonna surface and kind of sputter and go, "What just happened?"
Well, you threw yourself into that pool a couple of times, but, so did I. Less, but somewhat.
Was I digging up handfuls of dirt and I thought they were gold?
There is, in fact, some
Possibly.
sand in your hair from sort of your underwater adventures.
Oh dear. Well, I'm embarrassed. Usually
Look,
I'm.
it happens to the best of us.
Right, it happened to me too. It was a very shiny pool.
That was a really cool. That was a really cool maneuver, though. Even though I didn't like what you were doing at the time when you tied the rope around me and then shot the arrow up. Ingenious, Helena.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I mean, as long as no one's dead, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll call it a win.
Satus
Thanks
made us
for-
all bluff. Who knew they could even laugh?
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
It
I
is.
thought they were pretty cute.
They were cute. It's just a shame that they were so mean.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
mean.
So mean. Well,
Well, let's get you out of here.
yeah. I'm just
getting
still in
dried
the
off.
pool.
Maybe
Okay.
you want to rinse off that sand sort of on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm looking forward to a bath after we figure out this whole haunted mansion situation. Which
Yeah.
is that what we're gonna do now?
I think we
Yeah.
should carry on our way.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. You keep following the instructions that Lady Atala and her bodyguard Daylon gave you. And as you get closer and closer to where you think this manor is going to be, you definitely notice that it very abruptly starts to rain. It had already been gradually getting darker and darker. But now, sort of, all of a sudden, you seem to go through something, and it's almost like a curtain. There is suddenly sort of a very specific bit of rain that is falling over the area. And a moment later after that, you arrive at this clearing in the forest, upon which an estate has been built. It is not the biggest mansion in the world, but it is sort of what was probably once a pretty cozy 2-floor mansion that now looks very run down and very dark and ominous against the darkened sky around it. Especially because it seems that it's been raining here nonstop for several days. So the grounds around the house are full of various pools of water. It's almost like this area is being slowly turned into a marsh by the weather that seems to have been concentrated here. A metal fence surrounds this clearing, and the road that you've been walking on leads you up to the front gate, or more accurately, where the front gate once stood. The two sort of different parts of the gate that hinge open have been blown off and are now sort of lying rather a few ways past where the gate once stood on the ground, rusted over from all the rain. So that is kind of the general situation there.
Huh. Welcoming.
Yeah. It's a little spooky.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not scared, but
No, who would be?
see
No,
that.
no one would be scared
scared.
of just a.
Yeah.
It's just a very ominous.
it's just very
Gate.
ominous. Just
Nothing.
Really, really creepy mansion.
Right, and just pointing out the creepy nature of it doesn't mean you're afraid. It's just recognizing facts.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not scared.
Anyway, after you two.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sure. Right, here we go. Thank you.
Okay. Is it light enough that everybody can see?
Just barely, but yeah.
Just barely? Okay, but I should still maybe go first with my dark vision.
I'll be right behind you.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll walk up to where the front gate was and walk through and go towards this estate.
It takes you a
And
little
I'll
bit
follow.
of bobbing and weaving to get through the various pools of water that are forming in the ground here. But you are able to find the path that leads to what you think is the front door into Marwood Manor. There doesn't seem to be any lights on within the house itself. It seems to be totally dark.
Okay.
However, this might be a little bit hard for Helena and for Satus to read, but Cal, you are able to see this banner that has been hung over the front door, which in this sort of shaky, uneven, but sort of very, very large handwriting reads, "Coming soon to this location, Sally Soulsong's House of Miracles. Destinies revealed, wishes granted." Underneath that banner, there's another smaller one that reads, "No trespassing, beware of dog."
Love a dog.
Glad dogs exist in this world.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay. Good. I think Cal relays this information to the team. Has anybody heard of Sally Soulsong?
Can I do a history check to see if I've ever heard of Sally Soulsong?
Yep, you can absolutely do a history check to see if you've heard of
Let's.
Sally Soulsong.
Okay, let's see if I've heard of Sally Soulsong before.
Sally Soulsong.
This is an 8 plus 7 for a 15.
You've never heard of this person. The
Okay.
naming convention is pretty in keeping with the naming convention for hags. Evil, fey creatures that tend to live in dark forests or swamps and trade mortals for power or for some sort of dark magic. Sally Soulsong is a pretty textbook case of like what these creatures tend to call themselves in their dealings with mortals.
So should we go in the front door or something different? What are we thinking?
I guess we could walk around the back and see if there's any other way in.
Sure.
Or we could just bring some sunshine to this place. But we might want to do a little more.
Thank you for that reminder, Emma. For no reason at all,
Yeah.
who's carrying the 2 bottles of sunshine that you got from the Eye of the Storm? I don't think that you guys decided. This is a just like for right now,
Yeah.
like who
Yeah.
has those in their possession.
I would imagine if we were to decide, I would think Cal is the most logical person since she has the best night vision eyesight. So that would have been my vote had we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So Cal has both of them.
I was gonna say I thought Satus would have them because of his sunny personality, but okay, I've got them. That's
Yeah. Should we split?
But-
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to split the party, but do we want to split the bottles in case the party
case
gets unintentionally
someone
split? Yeah.
Dives
Yeah.
into a pool or something.
yeah.
True.
Who could possibly find themselves in that
Thing.
situation?
So yeah, maybe Cal has one, Helena has the other.
Yeah?
Cool.
The pool divers are getting all the bottles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes us feel invincible having this liquid sunshine.
Yeah.
If you walk around the house, you do find another door that leads in, what you suspect is maybe a service entrance into the kitchen. And there are various windows throughout the first floor that you could try to enter through. As you do, you see no movement or no signs that you are being observed from within the house.
Then yeah, I think we try to let's go in through the service entrance as opposed to I don't
Yeah.
know,
See what we can find.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe we'll find Edwin.
Exactly. Forever so stealthy.
And with the door into the kitchen opens and you enter Marwood Manor proper. At this point, it is too dark for Helena and Satus to see what is happening beyond the most general of outlines.
Okay.
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 And related to that, actually, before you even say that, what?
Okay.
How stealthy are we being? Is the attitude, kablam, the heroes have arrived? Or are we trying to do this quick and quiet?
Quick and quiet sounds great.
Yeah, stealthy. Stealthy.
Yeah.
That's why we came in this way.
Lovely. I would love stealth checks from all of you in that case.
Cool. I get a 15 plus 1 for a 16.
14 total.
I got a 4 plus 3 for a 7.
You're both able to step quietly into the kitchen, Helena and Satus. Cal, unfortunately, puts her hand on a pan, which she knocks not quite off the counter in which it was, but it does make a loud clanging sound as it does.
I think she, catches it and, tries to, calm down the reverberations a little bit.
A moment later, the house is quiet. All right, now we can address the question of Satus and Helena cannot see anything around them.
Yeah. Are there any, lantern... Actually, I don't know if this matters. Is there... So we're in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So is there, a fireplace there?
There's a stove, yeah.
There's a stove. Okay, I would like to cast thaumaturgy and cause some flames to flicker in the stove, in the fire. Yeah, maybe.
And the plan is then to take a little bit of this fire?
No.
Because this is okay. Spoilers. This is your DM
Okay,
telling
fine,
you
I'll
that we have 3 hours. We're not doing this room by room. I'm looking for a light
Okay.
solution here if there's going to be one.
Okay, I'll cast dancing lights.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. I was trying to do something uncool.
I was looking to burn up that spell slot. Oh wait, no, it's a cantrip.
No, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
I can cast it all day. Lights for days.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
As you cast this spell, you sort of see the extreme state of disrepair that the kitchen is in. There are broken dishes and various bits of disarrayed utensils and other sort of kitchen fixtures strewn about the place. There's also piles of rotten vegetables, some meat that seems to have been left in the counter, flies buzz around. It seems that this place is in a pretty advanced state of disrepair. You see 2 doors in front of you. One that sort of seems to lead into the front of the house, and one that seems to lead sort of deeper into the house.
Are we looking for Edwin at the moment? Is that what we're doing, or are we just smashing around?
I don't know about smashing around, but
Well,
I mean, it might end up being what happens. But I think we're just sort of investigating, and if we find him, that's a bonus. But we kind of want to drive out the source of this spookiness.
yes,
Which
yes. We'll reason it out. Yeah.
Right. And I would imagine the spookiness is deeper in the house, so I feel like we gotta go in.
I also want to go deeper. Yes.
Yeah, probably.
So you're going to try
Deeper
the
we
door
go.
that is not towards the front of the house, but sort of deeper into the house.
Correct.
Yeah.
You find it locked.
Ah!
do have that chime of opening, but I don't know if we want to use it right now. Can we try the other door and see if...
Yep, you can.
Okay,
Let's.
before I do that, I would like to try the other door that goes towards the front of the house.
Squeak! The door opens, and behind it you see what was once a beautiful dining room. A large mahogany table is surrounded by 12 very finely carved wooden chairs. Some fine silverware and gold plates are also strewn about. You immediately notice none of this, because the thing that most catches your eye is a gigantic elk carcass that has been placed on top of this mahogany table. And all around its body, you see the bite marks of gnarled, pointed teeth, as though something has been slowly devouring this elk carcass over the course of various days.
Wow.
Overhead, there is a
we should
crash
go-
of thunder.
I don't like this room. I wonder.
I don't...
There is another
should
door
leave.
on the far side of the dining room that leads into a different part of the house.
Yeah, let's go down that one.
Yeah. Sleeve the rotting out carcass.
Squeak! The door opens, and you find yourself in what you suspect is the main sort of foyer / grand hall of this manor. You find one door that you're able to do kind of a little bit of spatial reasoning, and you realize that that is the front door that leads into the outside of the house. You also find this twisting staircase that leads up to the second floor. You also find another door that is not the one that leads outside, 2 of them, in fact, and an open archway, just sort of like one of those like doorless doorways that leads to another place, from which you hear the sound of a faint violin coming. Along the walls in this grand hall are various portraits of nobility and sort of one big family tree of what you suspect was the Marwood family line that have been slashed at and slightly torn apart by something with quite severe claws.
Violin feels like a trap, honestly.
Yeah,
gotta-
creepy music.
Oh, but who could play a violin and be evil?
You make good
Outvoted.
points, Helena.
Well, we can go through somewhere else, up the stairs, or...
Yeah, I like going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Going up the stairs?
I don't think
Stealthily.
Up the stairs.
whatever this dog is, I don't think he's very
I'm worried about that too.
fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go up the stairs.
Squeak. 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 Squeak.
Place needs some WD-40.
Absolutely. WD-40 works wonders on old buildings.
You get to the second floor, to basically the second floor landing, this corridor that connects several rooms. The ceiling here is starting to leak from the non-stop rain, and the wooden floors are beginning to sort of curdle and rot. Immediately to your right, there is a door that is ajar, and through it, you hear the sound of bubbling, simmering water.
Uh-oh. Like a cauldron or something.
Yeah.
Or that bath you were wanting, Cal.
Could be. That seems a little scary. So there's a room with bubbling water.
And let's call it 3
And-
more indeterminate doors.
Okay. I'd like to check out the 3 indeterminate doors first.
Okay.
Not because I'm scared.
No,
No,
Yeah.
obviously.
Obviously not.
Obvi.
Obvi.
Um,
Cal's so brave.
okie dokie. So, you check out these doors. All 3 of them lead to bedrooms. Most of which are in sort of a similar state of what we'll call corruption as the rest of the house. Various sort of odd, disgusting things are lying around in the first one. The bed seems to have been soiled with something dark and ichorish. In the second bedroom, there is just straight up a human skeleton lying in the bed. For what
It's not Edwin.
reason you could not fathom. The third door is wildly different. You open it, and it is like you've stepped into the room of a different house. It is well maintained. It is dry. It is nicely sort of, put together. It's very, very neat. There is a very, very clean bed, a dresser, and a desk on which a bunch of papers are lying around.
Okay.
I would like to go take a look at the desk and the papers on the desk and
All right.
see if there's anything we can find out.
Yeah, roll me that chill investigation check.
That chill investigation.
That chill investigation check.
Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Not good. 9. Total of 9.
Yeah, there's some, most of it seems to be maps of Marwood Manor, blueprints, and some other just kind of like assorted papers lying around.
Can Satus also investigate?
If you tell me he does, then he does it, maybe.
He would definitely investigate. He wants to check it out. It's an 18 plus 4 for a 22.
Yeah, Satus, cool. So you,
Love a map. Love a map.
You're able to spot everything that Cal did, and you're even able to see a little bit more detail in it. It seems that this person is very specifically focused on the basement level of Marwood Manor and was very specifically looking for information on where the foundations of the house are, because anything related to that is very marked up. There's like a lot of sort of, like arrows pointing at it, notes about dimensions of things. Almost like someone was trying to just do some reconstruction work or something to this house. And you're just about to pass it up when you see a piece of paper that is in an unsealed envelope. And you spot a A that curves in a very familiar way, because it is written in the same handwriting as the letter that you took off Deadeye Baron during your last adventure, leading to Coldwater. And this is where normally I would be able to give you this handout. Unfortunately, your DM was a forgetful boy today, so I will just read you the contents of this letter instead.
Cool.
The letter reads, Deverell, I do not need to impress upon you the importance of your task. If fate had not conspired the way it has, I would be attending to it myself. So I will simply say this: measure twice, cut once. Sally has held up the end of her bargain so far, but be cautious. She is duplicitous by nature. You should not trust her. Let her do whatever she desires with the manor. It is of no object to us. Find the crypt. Retrieve our prize. Then leave at once. Once the real Dran are in your possession, return to Vitari. Await further instructions. Your long-awaited reward is at hand. Do not fail me. And then, same as the previous letter, by way of signature, just the letter V.
I think Satus would take this and gather the other two around and be like, oh, look, it's the same V from the Baron letter.
It's all connected.
It is all connected. And it's all connected to the crypt downstairs.
Yeah. I suppose there's a crypt downstairs. Cool. Awesome. Great. Love it. Yep. Okay, so,
I think we go downstairs.
Should we
or do we check out the bubbling
jar?
room?
It was ajar, the door, wasn't it? Maybe one
It
could
was
just
ajar.
pop one's head round
Yeah,
and
maybe
just
there
see what is going on very stealthily.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
we
like
could
just
try-
poke in little investigation.
Yeah, just a quick poking.
Can we try to each like stack our heads?
Oh, yes, yes.
around the corner.
Sure, which I think the sequence will be like Cal's head, Cal's dancing light, Helena's head, Satus's head. And you see what you guess was once a study, a library of some sort, but it has now been turned into what you could only describe as some creature's apothecary. There's sort of tables that have been outfitted with all manners of mortars and pistols, with strange bottles, most of them containing oddly colored liquids, some filled with pieces of things, is I think the only way that you could describe it at a glance. A large cauldron, and it is a cauldron, bubbles in the center of this room, lit under it by this makeshift brazier that has been very sloppily put together. And finally, you do spot in the far off corner on a little coffee table a crude wooden model of the very house that you're in, with a piece of paper placed on it that just has some kind of writing on it, but it draws your eye because that piece of paper is glowing slightly.
Ooh.
All right. I think I don't know, Satus will like creep in and try to grab the little model with the piece of paper.
You get about halfway between the door and the little model when a voice says, Now, friend, it's not polite to be touching someone else's things like that." And slowly the image fades in on the other side of the room, leaning against the workshop table, of this very attractive woman in her 60s with this silver hair. Emma, what other distinctive feature does this woman have?
I believe her eyes are like piercing aqua,
Ooh, lovely.
like almost translucent.
And she will sort of give you this friendly wave as you turn to look at her. And could I have just wisdom saving throws from everyone, please?
Oh, goody. Oh, dear.
That would be 13 total.
16 total.
Emma?
Natural one.
Oh, no. This woman looks very friendly, Emma. This woman looks trustworthy. This woman looks like she could probably help you with the Sally Soul Song problem. You should tell her. You should tell her everything that you're doing and more.
Cal's having a bad day.
Such
Poor
a bad
judgment.
Satus, you more or less see things the way that they are. Helena, you catch a flicker of something behind this woman. And it's just enough for some part of your mind to recognize that what you're seeing is not the way that this creature normally looks. This is a mask, and standing behind it is something very monstrous and very pointed and very sharp. Your mind is kind of able to perceive just enough of what this creature really looks like to kind of instinctively run a chill down your spine. But the old woman will clap her hands together and go, "We're not really open for customers yet, dearies. Didn't you see the sign? I mean, I could do a quick consultation, but the business is not yet up and running."
Oh, well, you seem so trustworthy.
I am.
We're sorry
yes.
what Cal means is we're very sorry for stumbling in here. It's so dark and wet outside.
Who among us hasn't entered someone's home through the back door, stumbled through several rooms, rifled through the belongings of someone, and then crept up to an intriguingly magical talisman? Happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
I'm so glad you understand. So here's what happened.
Satus?
So,
And just one moment. Just to clarify, Emma, you're not under a magical effect of any sort.
no, I just trust her. This is just role play.
Excellent. Just making sure.
No, sorry for our exuberant friend here. Just as my cohort was saying, we will keep out of your hair. We will continue on our way. We were just, looking for a bit of reprieve, but again, we don't want to impose. So just
Excellent.
pretend we never
Very
came
good.
in. And
Very good.
maybe we'll cross paths later down the road. But for now, enjoy your day.
Wonderful.
Guys, are you sure? Like,
Yes.
I think
Let me walk you out in that case.
Oh, that needn't be necessary.
I think it
sure we can
is
remember the rest.
necessary.
nice of you.
maybe we'll just have a nice chat on the way down. This is a very interesting place to.
Absolutely. And she'll sort of put a hand on your shoulder, Satus, as she tries to kind of steer you towards the back towards the main sort of landing of the second floor.
Man. Well, I don't. All right.
Try and make friends with us.
Now,
we...
dearie, quickly now. Your old Auntie Sally has lots of things that she needs to take care of.
Are you Sally?
Auntie Sally?
Of course. I am the proprietor of this fine establishment, Sally Soulsong.
Oh, you're Sally Soulsong. We've heard of you.
But of course you have.
Well, of course. What an honor to be in your presence.
Yes, what an honor
Right.
to be very respectful in my presence. You wouldn't want to be rude as a guest in my home, would you now?
No,
Never.
of course not.
Oh, this is your home. We
This is
we
my
didn't know
home.
This was your place.
Yes.
It's a remarkable building.
Isn't
We're
it
from
just?
out of town.
You'll appreciate it very well as you're leaving. Shove Satus slightly.
How long have you been here? Lived here?
Not long. I'm still fixing up the place. Come back in about 3 weeks once I have it all ready.
What are you doing with it?
Oh, making it fit for living. I'm just airing it out. The previous tenants left a nasty smell.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's nothing we can do to help you out around the house here?
Yes, we're very
Oh,
handy.
not at all. If there's something that old Sally could do for you, then we could talk. But
well,
until then, I
seems
must insist. Chop, chop now.
Oh, if she says so.
I want to get to that basement, though.
Yes, we're going to break back in at this rate.
No, either break back in or I
We
can.
nut her.
Well, we could. I don't want to attack her. So maybe. All right. Can I cast Charm Person on her?
You can definitely do that. One moment. Roll me a quick Arcana check, Mike.
Okay. Let me do that then. That's going to be.
I
would
think in the
be-
meantime,
Go on.
I was going to say, in the meantime, Cal is just like, so where are you from? How do you get here? And, your eyes are really pretty. And
What you roll on that Arcana check, Mike?
14 plus 4 for 18.
You need the target of charmed person to be a humanoid. She is a fey creature. She cannot be charmed.
Ooh. Okay. Well, then I guess we get. I guess we just get swooped out of there, and we'd start hatching a break back in scheme.
Bye now. Bye now.
Goodbye.
bye! Really nice to meet you.
Oh, one moment. And she is sort of standing, at this point, I guess outside the foyer. You let her just like guide you to the outside of the house. She'll sort of, purse her lips and let out a shrill whistle. And then she'll go,
Oh no.
dog! And a moment later, you'll hear this swooping sound as this dark phantom shape pulls itself out of the floor and hovers next to her. And she goes, I don't know how you got past my security system, but if you try anything again, we'll make bloody sure that he takes care of all of you. Is that understood?
Of course, of course.
Perfectly clear.
Don't try us.
That's not very
Edwin
nice.
here is very deadly.
Edwin, your dog.
Bye-bye now. Slam.
Okie dokie.
That went well.
You know
Well-
what? I don't think she's very nice after all.
No, Cow, I'm not sure she is.
Quite astute observation there.
Let's take this moment to take a quick bathroom break and a streaming break. We'll be right back to see what our heroes do with this new information that they've gathered in about 5 minutes or so. So hang tight and we'll be right back, everyone.